everybody. I'm Chris Segrell, principal of Christ the King School. Nice to be with you today. Today I'm coming to you from my own home, and Mrs. Becker will be coming to you from her own home. And the clues that we gave last time were pretty difficult. We didn't have anybody that guessed it completely right. We had a few people that guessed one of us, but not the other. So I want to thank you if you did a guess. Both Mrs. Becker and I, we live on a hill. My wife and I, we have a house here over in Iowa, up in the Los Hills area. We have about 10.5 acres. We do have a furry friend. Her name is Tiki. That's our little pet. I know Mrs. Becker has a couple of dogs of her own. My wife and I are looking forward to raising chickens. We're getting chickens in about another month. I've been busy building a chicken coop and a chicken run, so we're very excited about that. So anyway, welcome to our home here in Iowa. I want to thank so many of you for just all your support throughout the end of the school year. Thank you for dropping off all your textbooks the other day. We got so many things back, and thank you very much for that. If you forgot about that or you still have textbooks out there, please get them back to us. The office is open each morning, so please just drop them off at the front office because we do need those textbooks back. Also, I want to thank all of you for doing our parent remote learning survey. I have some facts here I want to just share with you on that. We had 125 parents that participated in the survey, so thank you very much. Your input is very valuable. A couple of things that came out of the survey, we had most of our families have 2 or more devices in their home to be used for remote learning, so that was kind of good to know. Most students spend 2 to 3 hours each day on remote learning. Parent assistance for remote learning was kind of a little divided, 1 to 2 hours for elementary and less than an hour for middle school. So that was really kind of good to get that information too. Quite a wide variety of platforms and applications used, and that's one of the things we're looking at. We want to try to pare that down because we know that was a little overwhelming for a lot of you with so many platforms, so many applications out there. So that's something we definitely wanted to hear, and it was nice to hear that from you. Also, there was more interaction, more videos made by the teacher in middle school than in elementary. I mean, we definitely saw that up to maybe 4 or 5 times a week in middle school, sometimes 0 to 1 to 2 times a week in the elementary. So that was really good information too. And then your suggestions were really helpful. And a lot of the suggestions revolved around, can we get more instruction time from the teachers, more videos from the teachers? My child just needs to see their teacher. And we hear you, we're on that. If we do remote learning again, we're going to have a lot more of that. So thank you very much for that survey information. Now what we're going to do with that is my remote learning planning team, we've had one meeting already, really good meeting. We've gone over the surveys, we've kind of discussed a lot of different things, and we are working on what are the expectations, what is the criteria that we're going to use for remote learning if we need to go to this again. So that team is really actively working on this to make remote learning next time a lot easier for everybody, a lot less impactful for the families too, because we all know it was very difficult for a lot of people. So that's what that committee is doing. Also, I have an academic readiness steering committee, and they are working with me on the various startup scenarios that we're going to see next year and how we can operate throughout the year depending on what happens. We may go in and out of remote learning, we might have reduced numbers. There's just a lot of possibilities, so we're working on all of those things. Now going forward, and now that it's summer, and I wish you a happy summer, we all need a break. I think the kids, I know everyone wants their kids to be able to do something, but sometimes the kids just need to play. They need to just relax. It's been an incredibly stressful past fourth quarter for everyone, so please just relax, spend some time as a family, let the kids play. There are things that your child can do throughout the summer that can really help with academics. When Mrs. Becker gets on and she does her part, she's going to be sharing with you some resources, some things that you can do as a family or that your child can do over the summer that will help them with their academics. If I look out of the screen once in a while, we have our little friend Tiki roaming around here at my feet, and I don't think you could see that, but she is there, and it's nice to have her as part of this video presentation, even though you can't see her. Anyway, Mrs. Becker will share some of those things with you in just a moment from her home. Now, one of the things we're going to do going forward throughout the summer is Mrs. Becker and I are going to continue making these videos every 2 weeks. We're going to send one of these videos out on the 1st and the 15th of every month throughout the entire summer to keep you up to date on kind of where we're going, what it's looking like as far as starting school in the fall, because that's the question on everyone's mind, including myself and Mrs. Becker and our whole staff. What is going to happen when August comes? What are we going to be able to do as far as school? We want school to start as normal. We don't know if that's going to happen. But what we're looking at right now, the CDC has just put out some guidance for opening schools. We're watching that. Of course, we're in correspondence with the Nebraska Department of Education, the commissioner, the governor. There's a lot of decisions that need to be made. But right now, it looks like there's a very strong possibility that when we open school, we'll have to do it with reduced numbers, maybe 15 or less in a classroom. And so we're looking at how we would do that in the school. We think it's very important to get kids in the school, and we're going to make plans. We are actually making plans, and we're just developing them, refining them as we find out more information about how that would look. What we're initially thinking is if we have to reduce numbers, if we have to screen people as they come into the school, if we have to social distance by 6 feet throughout the school day, keep classes from passing, keep groups from gathering, we're prepared to do all of those things. And what we're thinking at this point is possibly dividing or splitting each one of our elementary classrooms in two, holding them in different classrooms throughout the day, creatively working in specials and different blocks so we could do that. But that would enable all of our elementary kids to come to school each day for the entire day. And we think that is so important that a preschooler through 4th grade student comes to school each day. So for parents, the impact would be zero. You would drop your child off just like normal. You would pick your child up. Well, I say just like normal times, but it may look a little different just so we can kind of socially distance everybody. But the times would be the same. So if you're working parents and you need to go to work, school's going to be the same look to you. For middle school, we're looking at possibly maybe alternating the days for them. We're not sure. We want to try to get them in all the time if we can, so we're working on that. But worst case scenario for middle school, we might have to alternate remote learning day and in-school day, remote learning day, in-school day. But that's not what we want to do for elementary. We just think it's so important for those elementary students to be there with a teacher physically in school. Middle school students can handle remote learning a lot easier than the young ones. So that's something that we're planning now. We're looking at how would drop-off look, how would dismissal look, how would lunch look. If we had to screen people, how would we do that? Masks and temperature checks, all that kind of stuff. We're just mapping out all the different possibilities, and we're reaching out to experts anywhere we can just to get more information to allow us to do this the right way, the safe way, and the best way. So that's what we're thinking right now. Of course, anything could change. The summer is, a couple months long. We don't know what's going to happen. We're hoping that maybe things happen even better and we can open as normal. But we'll just kind of see. We'll stay tuned. So on the 1st and the 15th of every month, starting the 1st of June, Mrs. Becker and I are going to do a video to kind of keep you updated, keep you posted, at least let you know what we know at that time. As we get closer to August, we should have a pretty good idea of what the plan is going to be, and then we will definitely, you'll know that, you'll kind of know where we're thinking, where we're going, and then what we're really deciding and what is going to happen, so you'll know. Depending on how we do start the school, if it's not something normal, We're probably going to do some videos on what it looks like. What does drop-off look like? What does dismissal look like? What are the kids going to experience throughout the day? We're going to put that out before school even starts so that you're kind of aware of what's coming and what is going to be expected as the kids come back to school. We're going to do the same thing with the teachers so they know all the expectations, they know what they need to do. We're just going to be prepared for a lot of things. So with that, I just want to leave you with have a great summer. I appreciate all your support all through this crazy school year, especially the end of it. God bless. We couldn't be the school we are without you and your support. Our teachers have done a wonderful job through this remote learning. I know things weren't perfect, but we did the best we could. And if we do go into remote learning next year at any time, could be in the winter, could be in the late fall, you never know. We are going to do it a lot different. It is going to be a lot better actually, and that's because of the work of so many people that are making that happen. So anyway, have a great rest of the day. God bless and thank you.
Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Becker, and by now I think you visited Mr. Segrell at his house, and here we are at my home. I live in town. I'm not out in the country like Mr. Segrell, but I am on a hill. When I was a kid, I did raise chickens. So sorry if we threw you last week, but it was really fun to come up with some clues that might lead you to our homes. We have finished our school year, and I've said this all along, and so has Mr. Segrell, but we are so proud of our families and our students for their hard work during remote learning. You did a tremendous job, and now it's summer and it's time for a little bit of a break. So I hope that you spend some time outside. This is my favorite outside buddy. This is Maisie Dog, and she and I tromp our neighborhood 2 or 3 times a day, getting our miles in. If you've got a good outdoor friend, take advantage of that. Get with your siblings and get outside. I think that's the best thing that you can do, especially when the weather lets you. Get up early and get going. Some of our parents and even some of our students have said, you know, I want to keep fresh this summer. I want to make sure that I don't lose any ground from the end of the school year, and I'm ready to go when school starts in the fall. And I think that's great. Before I get into some resources about how to do that, I want to just let you know too, though, that it is completely okay to go scheduleless, to play, to bake, to sew, to play some more, and not be worried so much about getting caught up or staying caught up with your academics. However, should you want to use some resources and find a little time every day for school, I am going to provide some resources throughout the summer for parents and students alike to help them choose some things that are academically kid-friendly and helpful for fall. So kind of a reverse Family Friday. Instead of activities to get you away from your books, maybe some activities that help you with your books. I'm going to highlight 2 today, and the rest will come in the videos that we do throughout the summer. The first one is resource is Symbaloo. Up to 8. Our kiddos know how to use Symbaloo and most of the apps that are on it. So go right there and take advantage of the resources that are already laid out for you on our Symbaloo page. The other one is one I'm experimenting with. It's an online resource, and it's not free, but it's not a monthly subscription. It's called OutSchool, and it's outschool.com. And the amount of courses that are available are just amazing there. And it's everything from hygiene for your middle schooler to organizing a bedroom to getting ready for geometry. And the courses are a one-time, so you pay $10 and attend a 1-hour class, or sometimes they're a once a week for a month, and maybe it's $45 for the whole thing. I found several that I'm really excited to get my kids involved in. Some Lego ones, I think, that look kind of fun, that are math tied with Legos. Anyways, I think OutSchool looks good. So that's the first one I'm going to share with you, and our Symbaloo page. I look forward to sharing more resources with you throughout the summer months and sharing more information about how we're going to get to be together in the fall. Thank you for coming to visit and watching today at my house. I hope that you and your family are having a great Memorial Day. God bless you all.